much of work. Listen, it is not too much of work. It's about your passion. अगर आपको कोई चीज अच्छी लगती है ना करनी, then you will never even think कि घड़ी कितनी बजी है, मैं कितने बजे सुबह आया था, मैंने अभी तक खाना नहीं खाया, I am feeling so tired. You will love it, you know, and that is my thing, because I just love being in the kitchen. If I'm sitting in the office, I feel tired. If I'm in the kitchen, I can work 18 hours non-stop, right? I need some bit of sleep, of course, but I can work every day. I can work 18 hours in the kitchen. So one of the attributes, smile. And these are what you have to imbibe in yourself from day one. Imbibe it, please. Second, discipline. Discipline is one of the most important things because this makes your base. You cannot fake discipline. You cannot be in your best behavior because somebody is watching you. Because one day you will get caught. But if your nature is that you are disciplined, then you don't have to worry for an audit. Then you don't have to worry for getting caught. What does discipline include? How do you define a discipline? Okay, regularity, punctuality. So if the class starts at 8, don't walk in at 8:01. Be there at 7:55. For me, coming for an 8 o'clock class at 8 o'clock is late. Right? So 5 minutes before 8, start of the day. That's punctuality, and promise me, it will help you long way. Practice coming 5 minutes before the thing. Okay? Punctuality. Well groomed. इस इंडस्ट्री में जितनी स्माइल की इंपॉर्टेंस है ना, उतनी ग्रूमिंग की. When you go into the hotels, you see beautiful granites, marbles, beautiful lights around. But what you see is the people who fit into that atmosphere. Because they're so well groomed, properly shaved, hair neatly managed, black socks, shiny shoes, prim and proper pressed shirts and ties. You know, they blend with that hotel. And you say, wow, what a personality. That is what you need to practice on. Right? Okay. Few sensitive topics. If you think that you're slightly overweight, you're slightly underweight, you need to start working on it now. This is the time. ठीक है? जो थोड़े मेरी तरह है, वो ग्रुप बना के थोड़ा भागने जाओ. Don't do crash dieting, but do exercise. Take care of yourself because you're in this industry where you have to stand on your feet for a long time, right? In operations. If you are overweight, then you're only causing trouble to yourself. You'll feel lethargic, you'll have pain in your knees. It is not a great way to go. And especially after 3 years, when you are sitting for campus interviews and people are looking to hire you, hotels are very stringy, in India especially, about how you appear, how well you fit into their hotel thing. So that at least I can tell you about Oberoi hotels. We've all put in weight after working many years with Oberoi hotels. But Oberoi hotels will never hire anybody who is slightly overweight. And so is many other chains. But they might not tell you on your face. So I am telling you this today because I know it, right? But they won't tell you on your face. So work on your health. And basically, you're in the great industry, you will eat so much, you will have so much of fun. So better is that you take care of your health. You'll be working hard, long hours, but please take care of yourself. Which means that you have to take ownership of your well-being. होटल इंडस्ट्री में ना सब बहुत बिजी होते हैं, very busy. और शायद किसी को ये भी नहीं पता होता कि आप सुबह कब आए हो, especially as an industrial trainee, let me tell you, कि एक HR मैनेजर, ट्रेनिंग मैनेजर और जो तुम्हारा बॉस है उसको शायद पता होगा कि तुम्हारी शिफ्ट क्या है. तुम मॉर्निंग शिफ्ट में आ रहे हो, तुम इवनिंग शिफ्ट में आ रहे हो. पर जो दूसरे आसपास के लोग होते हैं ना, कॉमी, CDP, जो भी आपके आसपास काम कर रहे हैं, उनको पता ही नहीं है कि आप कब आए हो. चाहे आप रात के आगे सुबह से लगे हुए हो, and you're sulking and you're feeling sad about it. कि मेरे को तो किसी ने पूछा ही नहीं कि कितने बजे आया हूँ, मैं तो थक गया हूँ, मेरे से किसी ने पूछा ही नहीं खाना खाया कि नहीं खाया. Bloody why? Nobody is bothered because you are not bothered about yourself. So please go for your dinner breaks, go for your lunch breaks. for your tea breaks. Take care of yourself. Don't expect other people around to take care of you. घर छोड़ के आ गए, माँ बाबा नहीं है अभी पूछने के लिए, वो फोन पे रात को पूछेंगे कुछ खाया, and you will play the victim card. किच्चू खाई नहीं माँ, केटे केटे रोक तो जो लगे चाहिए, right? But you have to take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, nobody will take care of yourself. And you will then keep cribbing, crying that nobody takes care of me. And that adds to it. ये मैं कैसी इंडस्ट्री में आ गया हूँ, कोई पूछता ही नहीं है, किसी को पड़ी नहीं है. And you know, everything starts accumulating. And when you have negative energy around you, the more negativity crops in. So take care of yourself, smile, be happy. You're taking care of the guest, first take care of your own self. Then you'll be in a position to take care of the guests. Okay? Punctuality. Every day is not hunky-dory. Every day is not a great day. Some days will be really low. है ना? कुछ दिन ऐसे होंगे ना तुम बोलोगे यार मेरी आँखें क्यों खुली आज? You know, मेरे को जाना ही नहीं है कुछ. Best tip for that day is shower, get ready, show up. That's it. That's the punctuality you need to have. We all have a negative side of ours inside us. Sometimes you must be wondering, कभी अपने आप से बात करते हो? तो एक साइड आपका बोलता है, नहीं ऐसा ये ठीक है करना चाहिए. दूसरा साइड सडनली क्या बोलता है? ए मत कर. तू क्यों कर रहा है? सिर्फ तेरे को क्यों पड़ी है? You know, that's a tough thing. Now you have to decide which side you want to listen to. So listen to the positive side is my advice to you, because the more negativity you will have, the more negativity will spread around. Okay? So show up. Learn from your mistakes. Please make mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, you will never learn. But once you made a mistake, learn from the mistake and see how you can improve it, how you can do better next time. Don't compete with each other. You all are different. Trust me, sitting in this room, you never know 30 years from now, you all will be successful. But you will be all successful in your own ways. Some will be a successful vice president in a software company, nothing to do with hotels. Somebody will be a president, cluster president for 5 Marriott hotels in east of India. Right? Some of you might be Southeast Asia vice presidents for a hotel chain. Right? 30 years, because it takes time. Don't expect results overnight. It takes years. The worst thing in today's industry is that people are jumping for money and position. So मैंने जैसे ही graduate out हुआ, 1 year I got a job. After 1 year, somebody is paying me 2,000 rupees more and saying कि अच्छा you are at this position, we'll give you this position. You don't even care. You said done and you move. Then 6 months after, new hotel opening up, they say अरे हम आपको 5,000 और देंगे, position भी बढ़ाएंगे, you shift. Suddenly in 3 years, you are at a position where actually you should have reached there in 10 years time. But you did it in 3 years because you got opportunities. But you have set up yourself for a failure. Because now you are at a head position where you have to perform and you cannot. Because you don't have that experience. Because आपने सिर्फ position jump की है. You have not learned. You have not made mistakes. You have not burned the midnight oil. You don't know कि इस situation में कैसे करते हैं. आप अर्जुन नहीं हो. आप वो हो. Who was Arjun's son? Who went into the Chakravyuh? Abhimanyu. So you have to decide whether you want to become the Arjuns or you want to become the Abhimanyus. Abhimanyu was very successful, but he could go into the Chakravyuh, but poor fellow died because he did not know how to come out of the Chakravyuh. So don't become Abhimanyus, become Arjuns in the hotel. And to become an Arjun, it will be years of practice, grind, midnight oil. Don't have money on your mind. Don't work for money. Money will come to you. 3 Idiots देखिए, उसमें भी बोलते हैं, यार सक्सेस झक मार के है. सब कुछ होगा. But what you need to focus is your learning. What do you do? How do you do day by day? How do you grow yourself? Compete with your own self, not with somebody sitting next to you. Say, how do I beat my own self from yesterday? अगर मैं कल प्याज से चॉप करता था तो आज मैं कैसे कर रहा हूँ? मैं कल कैसे कर रहा हूँ? परसों कैसे कर रहा हूँ? You know? So lot of things, focus on details, learn. And whilst you're busy doing all this, don't forget what's happening around in the world. Because 3 years from now, when you go for interviews in hotels, you'll be asked about what's happening in the world. And trust me, today many of the successful students, they don't do so well in campus interviews because they have no clue of what's happening in the world. They don't know the capital of United States of America. They don't know कि पिछले 4 साल से यूक्रेन की वॉर चल रही है, right? No clue. There are people like that. There are people who don't know where New Delhi on the India map is. Trust me, we've met some people where some student showed me a New Delhi on Tamil Nadu. कि दिल्ली यहाँ पे. So but that is the ignorance, and if some of you realize that's the ignorance with you, please wake up, right? And do and learn. Now many. Okay, I'll give you a beautiful example. Maybe it will help you, especially when you go for your industrial exposure. So I was the executive chef at Oberoi Grand for some time officiating when the other chef was coming. और normally ना सब industrial trainees जमा होते थे तो हम वो छीलते थे sweet lime या orange. We used to all 5-6 get together. Whoever was free and we would peel sweet lime because 100 kilos of sweet lime orange juice has to be peeled every day for the juices. So pastime is either you stand alone and keep doing it, or 4 or 5 people get together, make a little adda, talk, laugh, smile, and get this work done. So 2-3 industrial trainees मेरे साथ छील रहे हैं, बहुत sad लग रहे हैं, बहुत sad. मैंने कहा भाई क्या बात है? Looking very sad. How was your last week? कुछ नहीं sir, सिर्फ प्याज छीले. मैंने कहा अच्छा. मैंने कितने प्याज छील लिए? कह रहे पूछो मत sir, एक एक पूरी ट्रे भर के 20-20 किलो प्याज रोज छीले. मैंने कहा कितने दिन से छील रहे हो? 1 हफ्ता. मैंने कहा तो पूरा एक दिन में 20 किलो प्याज छीलते हो? कह रहे नहीं 20 इसका फिर 20 आलू भी पील करते हैं, फिर 20 किलो प्याज और आता है. But last 1 week you have only been peeling onions. I said wow, then you must be a specialist in peeling onions. And they thought I am mocking them. तो वो और सैड हो गए बेचारे. पहले तो एकदम दिल खोल के अपना दर्द बयां किया और फिर कहते. Then I asked them a question. I said okay, tell me, if you have 1 kilo of raw onions and you peel 1 kilo of onions, how much onions do you get? What is the wastage from an onion? No answer. I said if from 1 onion you chop an onion, how much chopped onion will you get? No answer. I said can you name me 5 types of onions? They were surprised that there are 5 kinds of onions. I said what's the price of onion in the market? No clue. I said this onion that you were slicing, what are the dishes that they were going to use for? No clue. Now see, that is where the difference is. I'll tell you another story. कारवां पता है ना? ऊँटों का कारवां जा रहा होता है. Lot of Arabs, Middle East. So there was a caravan going, okay, of camels. And this Arab sheikh had 2 of these people. One was a very diligent person and the other one was always complaining to the sheikh. You are always favoring him, you are always giving him more, आप मेरी तरफ देखते ही नहीं हो, मेरे को कोई अच्छे काम नहीं देते हो. तो he said अच्छा इधर आओ, मैं एक जरूरी काम देता हूँ आपको. He said वो ना सामने क्या जा रहा है? He said कारवां जा रहा है. He said जरा जाके पता करो किसका कारवां है. So that person rushes, goes there, comes back with the information. अरे वो मोहम्मद शेख सलीम का कारवां है. Feeling very happy now that he will praise me. He said wow, क्या सामान लेके जा रहे हैं? ये तो आपने पूछा ही नहीं था मुझसे. He said कितने ऊँट से कारवां में, कितने लोग हैं? No clue. And he calls the other person and he gives him the same set of instruction. He said Abu Salim, वो क्या जा रहा है? इसे सर कर्मा जा रहा है, इसे जरा पता करके आओ कि किसका कर्मा है. Same set of questions. But that person, when he came back in front of the other person, this person asked him all the questions and he had the answers to all the questions. कि उस कारवां में कितने ऊँट थे, वो कारवां क्या लेके जा रहा था, वो किसका था, वो कब आया था हिंदुस्तान, वो अगली बार कब आएगा. Now that is the Abu Salim that you have to be. That don't wait for the information to be just given into you in the form of handouts. If you're peeling an onion, it is your right to know ki, what am I peeling this onion for? What dish it is going to go in? Why am I only doing chopped onions? Why can't you use a sliced onion in that dish? Can I chop the onions with a machine or it has to be hand chopped? Right? What is the price of the onion? What is the yield? And trust me, a week after, they submitted me a report of the onions coming into the hotel, how much wastage is happening, that how we should change the buying standard specification of an onion, because the onions currently we are getting is not giving the good yield for the product we are making. The same industrial trainees. And two of them are working in a Michelin restaurant in New York today, right? But it is on you, the onus is on you. So please take ownership of your learning, of your development. There will be great mentors and teachers around you. They will teach you what's written in the book, what's written in the handouts. You seek more answers, they will give you those answers, but you have to have the answers. And how will you have the questions if you don't pre-read about something? So जो भी कल क्लास हो रही हो ना, उसके बारे में एक दिन पढ़ के आना, so that you know you have questions in your mind. You can ask clarifications. Today you're blessed. You can actually just go to YouTube, open a video and see how things is made. In our time, we never had all that. We never had an internet. We never had Instagram. We never had YouTube. हमने तो कितने ingredients सिर्फ book of ingredients में देखे थे library में. We hadn't seen an asparagus in real life, red, yellow, bell peppers. No, we only would just read it. ये ऐसे होती हैं सब्जियाँ. Never cooked with an olive oil in a catering college. Never saw what's an olive oil. Never saw what's an olive look like. Forget about the different types of pastas. But that is where you are today. So feel blessed in this era that you are, that you develop your own self, right? So that is one is discipline, punctuality, grooming. Because if you're in the habit of grooming yourself, then you will be very successful. Because do you all know what champagne? है ना? Champagne पता है? मेरे टाइम में मुझे नहीं पता था champagne क्या होती है. Champagne का कॉर्क खुलता है तो कैसी आवाज आती है ना? और sparkle होता है और bubbles उड़ते हैं. So you need to be that sparkling wine.